Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine and we are going to be whipping up a quick batch of one of my favorite crackers, my sourdough discard crackers. It's a base recipe. You can add cheeses and herbs, etc. to it, and I'm going to be adding my everything bagel seasoning. So I'm just getting ready to feed my starter, so that's what we're going to start with. So I just thought I'd show you all the different steps, so come on with. Okay, so first things first, I am going to feed my starter, so I'll have a little bit more of the discard. So this is like day 7, 8 or so of me just feeding it the 1-to-1 ratio. And so I am just going to take, you can see how foamy it is. Can you see that? I'm just gonna take half of this out and put it into my discard and then give it a feed. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's about half, I believe. So I am doing a 1/4 cup flour and a 1/4 cup of filtered water and giving that a stir. And then we'll come back and we'll get my 1 cup of sourdough starter to use in this recipe. And then I'm just gonna adjust the rubber band so we can see how much it's moving and grooving. Okay, so the recipe is super simple. I have my butter that's been melted. It is 2 tablespoons of butter and it's been melted and I'm just letting it cool. So I already had melted it before I even did my feed. And I'm going to just kind of fish out of my sourdough starter discard 1 cup, and this has been refrigerated, so I'm just going to get it ready here. Okay, here we go. We are at 1 cup, and you're wondering why I didn't just pour it out. I like to actually do it spoon by spoon so it kind of aerates. So we're going to put it into our bowl, the full cup. And meanwhile, the oven is being preheated to 350. I'm gonna keep that to stir. Set that to the side. And you pretty much just put your melted butter in, stir it together, and then it's whatever seasonings and such that you want. I love the everything bagel seasoning, so that's usually my go-to. I am going to add 1 little smidge of my Redmond's Real Salt, one of my favorite minerals. Just a shake, and just make sure it's all incorporated. You can add garlic powder, cheeses, you know, kind of the sky's the limit. So this is a very base recipe. So I have my everything bagel seasoning here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and give it a shake so it kind of fills the top, and then stir it all together. I just love this one because it has pretty much all of the different seasonings in that we like. And I have my 9x13 pan off to the side here with parchment paper on it. Like I said, my oven's preheating to 350. And then I'm going to go get my offset spatula, and you want to just make sure and like smooth it out the best you can. So let me go grab my spatula, but see, look at it. It looks great with just all that incorporated in. All right, let me grab my spatula. All right, here's my offset spatula, if you know what I mean, where it just kind of lowers down, and it just makes for such easy spreading. So I'm basically just gonna take this mix and put it right onto the parchment. So here we go. We're just kind of spreading it thin. And then we're going to bake this for 15 minutes first, and then we're gonna pull it out, cut it, and then put it back in. I think we're ready. All right, let's get this in the oven. Okay, here we go. We're putting it on the middle rack, and we're setting our timer for 15 minutes. Kind of putting it right in the middle of the oven. We'll see you in 15 minutes. It's already looking really good. The one thing I did notice is that the paper does tend to curl up, so you just have to be mindful of that. So you can take like a pasta roller and roll, and then you'll have like fun edges, which is always kind of neat for your crackers. Not necessary. You just kind of have to work it. So I'm just cutting them kind of like wheat thin size. All right, here we go. So we have them all cut, and now we're putting it back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes, giving them a check around 15 minutes. So we'll see you then. Okay, the timer just went off, and some of the edges got a little extra done, but that's okay. And we are just gonna let this cool, and then wait till you see, you can just kind of snap them off, and then you'll be able to store them. So we'll let these cool totally, and we'll see you in a little bit to give them a test taste. All right, see, I just had a few left from my previous batch. So I'm just gonna add these, and parchment paper might stick a little bit, but I'm basically just kind of breaking them up. So how fun is that? You can see how they just kind of come apart, and they're just like, I don't know, really good, fun crackers. Well, there you go, friends. A super simple recipe with the discard that you have in your refrigerator. I don't know about you, but this is one of my favorite recipes. And I store them in my mason jar for a quick grab and go. You know exactly what's in it. And the seasonings, like I said, are pretty much whatever you want. Cheeses, herbs. I love the everything bagel because it's like a nice rounded serving of a little bit of everything, the garlic and onion. And just to show you the cracker, I had to do a retake, so I already took a bite of this one, but it turned out great. The edges did get a little bit done, which is fine. They're still crunchy and delicious as well. And it just depends on how you like them. And they do hold up to dips and cheeses, all of that. So you won't be disappointed with this recipe. It's a very base recipe. I've adjusted it to what I like, so you can maybe tweak it a little bit. I know that I think the original recipe actually went down into the grams. So those do, if you weigh it out, it might be a little bit different. But otherwise, it's the 1 cup of sourdough discard that you keep in the fridge, and then the 2 tablespoons of butter, melted and cooled, and then a pinch of salt, and then any other seasoning that you want. So follow those directions, you won't be sorry. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite way to make your sourdough discard crackers is. And if you like videos like this, ones that you can use over and over again, hit that like and subscribe. And me and Bread Pit will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless. Cookies, breads, flatbreads, and of course, crackers. Oh boy. All right, hold that thought.